Hello and welcome to this Micro technical video on SharePoint PDF upload. We have an example form here that allows us to take a file, in this case a PDF file, export it, and then upload it to a SharePoint site. So let's take a look at a demo and then we'll take a look at how it's done. First of all, I'm opening my Windows client. This can also be done from an iPad or Android client of ours as well. Go ahead and open that, enter some data here, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish this. This will upload to the MyForm server. On the MyForm server, what it's going to do is upload or export a PDF that I just created there of that data, and then upload the PDF to my SharePoint site. So hopefully on my SharePoint site, if I go there, go ahead and refresh, I should be able to find my form that I filled out as a PDF. So here it is right here. So how is this all done? Let's take a look at the designer. In the designer, we give a couple of instructions that need to take place. On the server side, you need to install what is called the SharePoint Server 2013 Client Components SDK from Microsoft. And then after doing that, you need to make sure that your app pool ID that's running the MyForm server actually has access to the registry. Next, in the form we have here on the side here, we have 4 hidden fields. These 4 hidden fields right now are hard-coded, if you will. We have a way around that hard coding that I will show later. This is not the actual password, but as you can imagine, this user and this password are the credentials that are used to connect to SharePoint. So the URL and then the folder path, show the URL. This is the site for SharePoint. And then the folder path is the relative path, basically, of where you want to export your files. So let's jump into, well, first of all, let's take a look at the export of the PDF. The PDF is just a standard data path of ours, right from the menus, and you can see that its export is we have a server scoped PDF export, exporting to this known location, C drive temp, SharePoint task, descriptor, and then .pdf. So if we go into the actual form script, and this is the vb.net form script, obviously, because this is going to be run in the context of the MyForm server. I talked a little bit about the fact that we have these hidden variables, user, password, URL, folder path that are hidden, and right now they're pretty much hard-coded, but sometimes you don't want to do that because passwords change, basically, and you want to be able to read from file. That's what these 2 variables do here, and allows you to change dynamically what your credentials are, where you want to export to as needed. This will help out not only during testing, but actually in deployments as well. Basically reading in the CSV file, parsing through it, and then setting the values that are needed eventually for the actual export or connection with SharePoint. So let's take a look at what actually happens with our SharePoint upload. In the after data paths run event handler, so in other words, the PDF has already been exported to a particular location, we want to make sure that we're running this within the scope of the server, and we're going to be calling these few lines right here. These few lines are the lines that are needed in order to authenticate with SharePoint. The neat thing about Microsoft's new SharePoint 2013 SDK is that it allows you to call these methods and authenticate relatively easily. Previously, in order to upload to SharePoint from a server, you needed to accommodate the fact that there's no way to have a dialogue to interact with in order to authenticate. And so this gets around that and simply, well, it makes it much more simple. Next, we grab our PDF that's been exported. This is that standard data path that we have for the PDF. You just grab it right there. And then we simply call this very simplified type of export, if you will, or method that takes our PDF and uploads it to a particular site location that's been described here. So that's how it's all done. And as you can see, it's relatively straightforward and simple. This concludes today's technical video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can email us at support@mi-corporation.com.